Hi, everybody.
You might notice something's different.
We filmed a show last night. It was pretty funny.
Good show.
It was a pretty good one.
Good
actually.
show.
Mm-hmm. It had some jokes. It had Matt playing video games. Alan left in the middle of it. Was it was fun. And then we went to turn the camera off and discovered
it wasn't rolling.
They didn't record any of it.
Recorded the first 7 seconds, and that was it.
That's all. So, take 2. Our jokes are probably not as funny this time around, and we're gonna go a little faster. But we still wanted to get you a show. Do you want to have the tablet like our son?
Yeah, sure. I won't lock it this time.
I don't know. I think I should have to unlock it 5 times during the show just to keep his spirit here with us. So you might be wondering, how are we going to do Alan Says? Well, don't worry. We wrote down Alan Says from last night. So you'll have to just trust us that those are his picks. Again, there was a funny joke there. Anyway. All right, week 2 results. Mine goes based on highest to lowest scores. So the highest score of the week was X Factor, beat Watson. And the score was 136.6 to 134.64. Mm-hmm. And it should be noted that that was without Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler got him 0 points. Yeah. So could have even been a gangbuster week.
All right, the next one, Gritty Gritty Bang Bang beat To Infinity and Bijan. The score was 131.06 to 111.84.
That's right. We had some funny yawns last night, too. Next was Chicago Mama Bear with 123.72. Beat the INF Krakens with 117.38.
Okay, Pollard Express took a win against Stinky Pits. 120.56 to 116.96.
This week, If Kelsey's Hurt, I'm Screwed got 113.14 and beat Don't Touch Mahomes Chubb to 90.2.
Yep. And then last and certainly least, ABCD beat This Just In 91.78 to an even 85.
7. 5.
Nope, they downgraded it.
I gave it, yeah, say it.
They went back and looked at it and said, no, you don't deserve 2 points.
It was 87. So last week, my name was This Just In Wins. And so this week, since I did the worst out of everybody, it's going to just be This Just In Is a Big Ol' Loser. So I'm hoping next week something more exciting comes so we can do some kind of a more fun name. But so far, they've been a win and a loss, and it's not exciting. Okay, so the standings.
So we've got a pretty even break here. So we've got 3 teams at 2-0. We've got 3 teams at 1-1. We've got 3 teams at 1-1, and we've got 3 teams at 0-2.
Ha ha.
Yeah, you heard it right. So 6 1-1 teams.
But we broke it out.
There's the joke.
Ha,
Moving on.
So
that order is the Pollard Express. Michaela is in first, followed by Lindsay and Carson tied for that first place spot. Huddling up in the middle in this order is Austin, Delaney, Sam, Rick, Jen, and myself in that order. And then at the bottom, unfortunately, is Sue, Jameson, and Emily.
Yes. So we will see how this goes. On that related note.
Yes, in order to keep my son from having the moral conviction or the moral conundrum of having to say my team name without using the word screwed and, that whole thing, I've changed my name to Mr. Overreaction is back, baby! Minus the baby.
Back. You might remember that was his name this season that he won a few years ago.
Years ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
It was 8 years ago. No, hold on.
It was not.
It was 6 years ago.
That was when we started doing these videos. It was because we had the trophy. Because Sue and Jameson did it before that. And we started doing them because we had the trophy.
Right.
So here we are. All right. So Mr. Overreaction is back. We'll see how that works. The first time you changed your name, I think it was 2 weeks into the season as well. Because then you were 0-2 and you just decided to blow everything up.
Yeah.
And it worked for you.
Yep.
Okay. Coulda, shoulda, wouldas. There was that really funny clicking segment too. Damn it, you guys! It was a funny show. So coulda, shoulda, wouldas. We had hoped there wasn't going to be as many this week, but in fact,
there's a crap ton.
There is a lot. We don't know as much as we think we do. Jen had George Pickens on her bench with 25.7. The Steelers are a hot mess express, so I didn't trust them. Matt had Tyler Lockett with 25.9 and Brad Robinson Jr. with 28.9 on his bench.
Yeah, I did. Sue me.
And you won't let that happen again.
No.
And then this one, for some reason, we don't know why, Rick had Puka Nacua on his bench with 33.1.
We got to stop pretending that we know everything that's going to happen after week 1. I think that's what a lot of it was, is like, who is this dude and how did he score me 30 points in one game? And how did he score 30 points in one game? Let's see if he does it again. Well, he did end up doing it again.
He did it again. So I'm pretty sure he will not make that mistake again.
Well,
welcome to the league.
Once is random, 2 is a coincidence, and 3 is a pattern. Yeah.
Okay. Sue had Christian Kirk with 24.96. And Nico Collins with 30.6 on her bench.
Lindsay had Gabe Dave on her bench with 21.2. Gabe Davis. And Zach Moss with 20.7. Did you know that Zach Moss is the cousin to former NFL wideout Santana Moss?
No, I did not.
Now you know.
I thought you were going somewhere with Randy Moss.
No.
When you started that.
No.
Yeah. Jameson had DeAndre Swift on his bench with 30.1. Don't know why, but probably won't make that mistake again either.
I do.
Michaela had Kyron Wilson on her bench with 28 even points. And Austin had Tank Dell on his bench with 20.2. So, our coulda, shoulda, wouldas are still...
That's quite the list.
We're still...
We'll have to see if we're better next week.
We're still figuring things out.
All right.
And to that note...
Moving on to...
Boom's busted big outs. This is so weird. Your Boom quarterback of the week by score was Daniel Jones.
Yay!
With 30.74. Because, as any Falcons fan can tell you, there are 2 halves to a football game. It don't really matter what happened in the first half. Doesn't matter. It's whatever happens in the second half. Truly, that matters.
It kind of does.
Not so much. You could be up 28-3. Doesn't matter. Daniel Jones.
Yeah, but what if you're...
I think he threw 3 picks in the first half of that game.
Yeah, but did they win the game?
Yes, they did.
Woohoo! All right, moving on.
And then for the
This is even more so, because is that number right?
For the year.
Oh.
So everybody go back into your think tanks and think 2 weeks ago, if you were thinking who's going to be the number 1 quarterback in fantasy after 2 weeks of fantasy football, who are you going to say? Who are you thinking? Probably Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. It's Kirk Cousins. He is ranked number 1 in fantasy football at the moment with 45.02.
Well, fantasy football doesn't make sense, okay? It just doesn't.
Frickin' Cousins.
It doesn't make sense.
The number one running back of the week was DeAndre Swift. Jameson didn't play. And year to date, the best running back is Christian McCaffrey because he's gotten a lot of touchdowns. And so that equals points.
Year to date, 2 weeks.
Yes. The best wide receiver of the week was Keenan Allen with 34.1. And to date, it's Tyreek Hill with 59.5. We made a joke, the old guys. Like you. Tight end this one is straightforward. It's TJ Hawkinson. He was the best of the week with 25.6. He's been the best of the season. The best defense of the week was the Steelers with 23 points. However, far and beyond the best defense of the year has been the Cowboys, because last week they had 16 points to go and add up to a total of 51 points on the year. So, by and large, the Cowboys have the best defense in the NFL. Although, they took a hit on Thursday. We'll tell you about that in a minute. The best kicker was Brandon Aubrey, who is Dallas's kicker. But good old reliable Jake Elliott's been the best on the year.
Busts. We actually have some.
Short busts. Pat Freiermuth had 1.2 points. He's had 8.5 on the season, so not a great tight end. Although none of our tight ends have really been great, except for, well, I'd say
TJ Hawkinson.
Yes. Last week, Breece Hall was a boom. This week, Breece Hall, 0.9. Bust. It is truly going to be running back by committee, which is going to be difficult. I think he plays for that same team. Dalvin Cook had 0.2 because he had a fumble, or it would have been 2.2.
You sometimes run in reverse. Because you say, oh, look, on the same team. And then you name the player.
So
all right.
Weird week. All right. The big outs.
Oh, boy.
I listed way too many of them, so we're just going to do...
This is a huge list.
We're just going to do a few.
If you just see the names scrolling across faster than you can see them, yes, that's probably what's going to be happening here.
Okay. So, first to our big out, our big move of the week is Cam Akers is now a Viking.
Yeah, Sean McVay doesn't have to complain about him anymore.
Yes. So, the biggest injury of the week, of course, was Nick Chubb's gruesome knee injury. He's, by all accounts, a really great guy, so it was really sad to see. It was really gross. It's season ending, obviously, but hopefully he can come back from it in the future.
Yeah, potentially career ending, but
But we're going to hope not. Another big injury is, as we stated, Austin Eckler got 0 points. He is still doubtful for this week with a ankle injury.
Speaking of ankles, Bryce Young, number 1 pick in the draft so far, is out with an ankle injury or questionable. The backup.
Welcome back, Andy Dalton.
The Red Rifle.
Red Rifle gets another
crack at
another
it.
go. Brandon Ayuk is out versus the Giants.
Darnell Mooney has a knee injury that is questionable.
Go ahead.
Joe Burrow's calf is probably going to keep him out of this week's game, possibly even longer. Amon St. Brown has a toe that is wrong. And David Montgomery has some thigh issues, so he's probably got some pulled muscles.
Anthony Richardson has a concussion, and we never looked up who the backup quarterback is for them.
Oh, yeah, it is, Jiminy Christmas. It's, Garner Minshew.
All right, Minshew magic!
Yes, Garner Minshew is the backup in
Minshew.
Indianapolis.
So, yes, with his concussion, he is out. Zay Jones had a knee injury, is questionable. Jalen Waddle is going to waddle some more. He has a concussion, possibly. Saquon Barkley isn't going to play in the Thursday game because he has a high ankle sprain. And the other one we were going to mention is, unfortunately, the Cowboys lost Trayvon Diggs for the season with an ACL injury. He's on defense, but he is kind of one of the key heart and soul of that defense. So definitely a big loss for them.
Starting cornerback. So
big loss for them with our number one defense in the fantasy football.
Okay.
Alan says, can't you just hear him?
Yeah, he's here. He's here and yeah.
Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha. He did make his picks though.
Yes.
And he did provide us some entertainment, if anything, last week because he went 2-6 on the year, picking Carson and Lindsay to win. Or those are the only 2 wins he got. So on the year, the boy is 4-12. It is a good thing that you do not look to us for your sports betting needs.
We are not sponsored by.
We are not sponsored by DraftKings, but we could be.
So his picks for the week.
It's so between the two of us.
We had a staring contest.
We had a staring contest, and he picked Mom. So, as per request, I didn't know that we could make requests on predictions, but so Sue didn't want to be picked this week, and Alan obliged. He picked A, B, C, D over to Infinity and Bijan.
She had texted that if he could not pick her, that'd be great, because when he picks her, she loses. So he was willing to play ball.
Sure, why not? All right, he did pick Don't Touch Mahomes. The Chubb part we gotta kind of just remove. Over the INF Krakens. Sorry, Jameson, he just does not have faith in that team.
Another couple matchup, Pollard Express versus Gritty Gritty. He's picking out Michaela with Pollard Express.
He's picking Austin over Lindsay, X Factor over Chicago Mama Bear. And
then Pitts to win.
And then Pitts to win.
And the Thursday game is the Giants at the 49ers. We'll see. The Giants need to come back. The 49ers have been pretty legit this year.
God, I hate Brock Purdy.
Mr. Irrelevant! See, I like it when a player like that is actually given a chance and does something with it.
Man, him.
Ooh, this got rated NR. Sunday night football is the Steelers at the Raiders. There's going to be a lot of black at that game. What? Their colors are, one is black and gold and the other is black and yellow.
I know, I just wanted to make you feel uncomfortable for a second.
And because of an ongoing writer's strike and other stupidness in the world, there's 2 Monday night football games. The Eagles at the Bucks and the Rams at the Bengals.
You almost kind of feel like the athletes should be part of the SAG.
Yes. And they also did just announce that there was going to be, I don't know, I'm going to snowball here. There was going to be like 12 games that were supposed to be on ESPN that they were going to simulcast on ABC, that now they are going to do like 16. Because then they don't have to try and come up with programming. Because there's no programming.
Almost feels like Disney could have had some control over keeping that from happening. Well, that said,
it was quick.
The director's getting lazy at my feet here.
Yeah.
You can't see him maybe, but it's time for us to say goodbye. It's not as entertaining without Alan. We get that, but he'll be around next week. So, bye.
I'm here. I'm still kind of cute.
Yeah, you're not cute at all.
Oh.
Oh.
Count down. No.